That's the voice of our resident mental health counselor. Licensed professional mental health counselor, singer, producer, star athlete at Central Michigan University. Let's give it up for the one and only David Weber is back. Give it up.
Hey.
I'm happy to be here, man.
What's up, Dave?
What's going on?
Tracy's in New York. That's what you're looking at right now. Dave, you don't realize we got a whole new thing going. We're bi-coastal for real.
I see that.
See Tracy, DB, who else is up? Torch. You can see him waving in the camera.
What's up?
Kaya. Kaya's there. Is DJ Tyler there today?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, there go Torch right there. Okay, we're all over here.
Cool.
So,
yeah,
it's
cool, man.
So we're stationed down here.
Yeah.
You know, in L.A., you know I'm a West Coast dude anyway.
Yeah.
Planet Earth was my place of birth, though. I don't claim one region. I claim them all.
Gosh.
But you know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. When I'm on the West Coast, that's like Clark Kent going in the phone booth. You know what happens when Clark Kent go in the phone booth? When he walks out, who is he?
Superman.
You better act like you know. Come on.
Go get him.
He breaks his glasses in there.
Heather, you want to start with David?
Yes, I do, and I'm so happy that you're here today, and it's ironic that you're here today because, as Sway mentioned, we're here on the West Coast, and I remember walking into my apartment for the first time this past Friday, and was like, wow, like I live here now, like legit live here. And I moved here with just my clothes and just getting used to this new environment. I think mentally I had to sit down for a second and just try to figure it all out. Like, you know, I literally starting from scratch. Like I had to buy toilet paper and pots and different things that I'm just not, it's a whole new environment for me. Yeah. But I don't want to forget about home, like where I come from, like my clock is still set on East Coast time, and I was like, I got to get out of that. There's little things that I have to break. So how do you, what advice would you give to someone? Because it doesn't necessarily have to be a physical move like I made, but just going into a new environment, how do you adjust mentally, starting fresh, starting new?
Yeah, new environment, new relationship. Anything that's new, you're going to experience.
Neighbors, new neighbors.
Yeah, you're going to experience grief, just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah. You experience grief. Anything that's new, even if it's something great and good, right? Like going from high school to college, you experience the grief of losing friends or going different places, going to different spaces, right? So the same thing, going from New York to L.A. L.A. is wonderful, it's beautiful, but you're still going to experience some grief from not being there, right? And then all new things, new clothes, new whatever, make pots and pans and everything else. So on one hand, you're experiencing joy. On the other hand, there's some grief that you're experiencing too. So there's some of you out there who are listening, and maybe you broke up in a relationship, or maybe you just moved, or maybe someone in your family died or something like that, right? So grief doesn't just come from death. It's also the death of a situation, the death of a relationship, the death of
separation,
a job. Separation, exactly.
Separation,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I felt that way because my departure from New York was rather uneventful, right? On purpose, right? I didn't
no party, no nothing.
Nah.
Okay.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to.
Wait, what I mean? You mean this time? Because you actually had two. So because initially you came from Los Angeles to New York.
That's true. 25 years ago.
25 years ago, and now 25 years later, like after you built an entire life in New York.
Yeah. A world. We actually rekindled our relationship when he moved to New York. The first 3 months he was there, he walked into my best friend's basement. I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, Sway? It was, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So now he's back here. So that's a different kind of grief or feelings.
Yeah. I mean, so you didn't have anything, no party, no...
I did.
You said it was on purpose.
Yeah, because I didn't do that when I left L.A. to come to New York. I didn't want to put it on that pedestal. I just wanted to be a part of the journey, right?
Okay.
But I will admit, leaving New York for me has been a little sadder than when I left L.A. to go to New York. Because, I didn't live in L.A. as long. I haven't lived anywhere as long as I lived in New York, right? And so I'm playing it non-event. I didn't live in Oakland as long as I lived in New York, right?
That's crazy.
So I'm keeping it non-eventful because we come out here all the time. I got a home out here. I got my network out here, but we ain't been side by side for 25 years. So when I was on the plane, I was like, oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Like, this is really
I'm
happening.
feeling something right now, David. You know,
Yeah.
And so I landed. I just worked this whole weekend doing our Beats and Bars competition show, so I didn't get a chance to deal with it. So last night I walk in the new apartment, which is an amazing space, and I felt a little sadness.
It hit you then.
Yeah, until I laid on that brand new mattress with the new sheets, and then
You know
I forgot
what?
about it. But I'm just saying, you
Yeah.
know, so that's what that is.
Yeah.
I couldn't explain that. And so talking to my friends, they're like, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do this. I'm like, hold up, man.
Yeah.
Let me deal with this transition before anything.
Yeah.
That's smart to do.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Do you celebrate birthdays? Are you a person who celebrates things or no?
No.
Okay.
I celebrate your things.
But not your own.
I celebrate. I feel so great. I'm so gracious about the gift that God has given me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just thankful for him.
Do you mind if I challenge you?
Sure.
This week, and both of you actually, myself included. My brother's like this. He won't celebrate. He won't celebrate anything. His birthday was the other day. I called him, left a voicemail, and said, "Hey man, it's your birthday. I know you're not going to celebrate. I'm telling you right now, go out and do something." Because we're so used to working, we're so used to doing, we're so used to being productive and head, keep marching, right, and just keep going forward, that we often don't take time to be like, you know what, I did my thing in New York. Like, it'd have been dope if you would have celebrated, like, you know what, I did my thing here. We had an amazing time. I met amazing people, and let people come and celebrate you. You just said something very positive, very, very important. You celebrate other people. The question becomes, will you let people celebrate you? Will you put yourself in position so we can come together and celebrate you and your life and everything you've done for everyone else, you too, Heather B? And so that's important, taking those moments and celebrating yourself. If you're at home right now, celebrate yourself today. Today, celebrate yourself today.
Party of one.
Celebrate yourself today.
I like that. So does this mean, David, that you're going to, if I let you celebrate me, you're going to get the venue? You're going to I don't know how does this work. I'm only on the other side.
Right, on the other side. Okay, I got you.
You see what I mean?
I got you. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Taco Bell, I got you for
Okay,
sure.
Tracy G, what are your thoughts about this?
I have interesting thoughts. I think that I would have to share the majority of them off air. I don't know if they'll be best shared on air when I think about a lot as it pertains to me. But everything that you guys are sharing right now makes a lot of sense. I don't think people have looked at it through the lens of grief, and letting go of when change happens in your world is a little bit upside down, whether it's your choice or not your choice. So I'm always a fan of self-reflection to be like, okay, how can I bless something and then let it go? How can I bless something and welcome it? So I think it's a beautiful practice.
Okay. All right. That's Tracy, man. We got some people on the phone lines, and Mike Muse is here too. I see him just really thinking about his own life and all the changes that's happened and the travel that he's done, right?
But the thing that you guys were talking about, I think David is so right about celebrating yourself. I always make sure I do that because I think everyone in this room can attest how hard life is and really how hard media and entertainment is. I don't mind admitting, I actually cried yesterday at the Oscars right at the moment when Cynthia Erivo started singing Home. There was just something so beautiful about it, and then I just couldn't believe I was there, right? I couldn't believe I was still there. I couldn't believe I was still getting the invite. And what most people don't know, Sway Heather B knows this, but I was going to the Oscars prior to ABC. So I wasn't at the Oscars because of ABC. I was there because of myself. And so to do that as your own brand, as your own entity, is almost impossible to do. And so I celebrated the moment. I allowed those tears to fall, right? And to say, I'm still here. I'm still standing. And I was so thankful for that moment. And then you snap back and you get into the presence of everything. But I made sure I took in that moment, and I didn't take that moment for granted.
Good for you, Mike. All right, we got Travis on the line. Thank you for sharing that. And he's from New Jersey, and you moved from Jersey to Atlanta, Travis?
Hey, Trav.
Or you want to?
How y'all doing?
Great. How about you, man?
Good, man. Good. Just trying to navigate my new life. I been in Jersey my whole life. I'll be 50 at the end of this month. My father passed away about 2 years ago. My mother-in-law passed away 6 months later. And my father lived in Georgia, so me and the wife decided to do a reset, come out here and start all over. And she came out a couple months before I did. She decided to go back to nursing school. She got a new job. The first one or two didn't hit. This one did. She found a home. She likes it. And me, I'm just still trying to find my way. I'm trying to do. I'm not even sure what I'm trying to do. I had a landscaping business in Jersey. I'm trying to transition and do something completely different out here, and really don't know where to start. Just trying to figure it out.
All right, David, you want to talk
real.
to him?
Yeah. Yeah. So, let me ask you this question: what do you enjoy doing?
I love hip hop music. I love the culture, but I don't rhyme, I don't produce, I don't do anything like that. Pretty good with talking to people. Very personable person. What else? That's it, man.
All
I'm pretty easy going. The thing I've been doing for years. So it's like I don't even know where to start. You know what I mean?
So one of the things I do with my clients all the time is I start from a blank sheet of paper and just talk about what do I enjoy doing. Most people forget what they enjoy. You work at a job you don't necessarily like anymore. Maybe you live in a city you don't necessarily like to live in, whatever it may be. So we forget what we actually like. And so I would start with a blank piece of paper. I don't care if it's cartoons. I don't care if it's cereal. I don't care what it is. Write down what you like. Don't get ahead of yourself and try to figure out what that means. Okay, I'm going to start eating more cereal. Not necessarily. What it means is just write down everything. So I may write down I love basketball. Well, I can't play basketball anymore. Right? But how many jobs are in the basketball realm? There's a GM, there's a scout, there's all types of things that don't require you to play basketball. So from a basic standpoint, what things bring me joy? What things bring me happiness? Write those things down and start from there, because sometimes we just forget.
You got that, Travis?
Okay.
You got that?
Yeah. No, that's a nice way to start. That's what I said. I love hip hop. I love music. I'm of the culture, but I can't do anything.
Yeah, don't write no raps, dog. That ain't where you at.
Yeah, and I think to Mike's point, what Mike said about, even David brought up a good thing though. It's like, don't say you can't do anything. He said there's other things in it or around it. Maybe you can start your own, website or a podcast about what you loved about hip hop. You know, who was your favorite artist? Like, we're losing so many people at this point. We saluted Angie Stone this morning, but look where her roots started. She started in hip hop. There's a lot to do in, like you said, in the field that you love. It doesn't always have to be a producer or a rapper. There's other things to do in this world that we have of hip hop. So maybe there's something there for you, Travis, but don't just say I can't do anything, because David just said otherwise.
Absolutely. I love that. You're right. Our negative self-talk sometimes is really bad, mine included. So start with this blank sheet of paper, write down everything you enjoy. I would also say get out, man. And this is for everyone out there listening. Get out and walk. Walking is incredible for emotions and how you feel. Like, when you're walking and you're moving, you're less likely to feel depressed. You're less likely to feel down. You're more likely to feel optimistic about your life and everything you have going on.
Man, give it up for David Weber. I want you to give out your information, man. Citizens, you can hit him directly. He promised me.
For sure.
You can hit him and he'll get back with you, and he won't invoice you on that first call. That's just the first one, though. I can't get past that.
The easiest way and quickest way to get in contact with me is David Weber _LPC on Instagram. That's David Weber _LPC on Instagram. I'll respond today. Hit me up if you have any questions, if you're looking for resources in your area, whatever it may be, I got you.
Travis, thank you for your honesty. You're a super citizen, man.
Sway in the morning, and good luck in ATL.
You're welcome. David, I want to thank you for flying out here.
Of course.
Yeah, man.
This is where it's at. How long you out here?
Tomorrow, maybe the next day. I'm not sure.
Once you come back on the show tomorrow, we could give you some more time.
Oh, word.
Okay,
Right,
this wrapped up fairly quickly.
Okay, for sure.
It's our first day in our permanence here in L.A.